Man, this is crispy. Anyways, how's it going? My name is Abel, um, and I got some words to say. So, I had to come out and say this much. The doomer mindset is killing modern men. It's absolutely destroying them. It's not doing anything good for modern men, right? This mentality of like messing up once and then believing like, oh man, it's all over for me makes zero sense, right? Is it nice to have success when you're young? Absolutely. It's great to have thriving success when you're young, but most people who get successful young aren't usually successful for long term. You know, think of Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was in his what 20s when he conquered pretty much almost the entire known worlds at his age. But how old was he when he died? Like in his 30s, right? But he still never once thought like, oh, it's all over for me because I lost a battle, or oh, it's so over for me because I couldn't conquer this land or that land, you know. And then people who also think like, oh, it's over for me because I'm already too old. I'm 21 years old. I'm actively losing weight. I have dreams to become an aspiring bodybuilder at one point in time. I work as a maintenance technician. You don't see me over here saying like, "Oh, it's over for me. I got a blue collar job, and it's over." You don't hear me saying that. You want to know why? Because I'm never once thought like, "Oh, it's over for me because I can't, because I'm not a bodybuilder yet, because I'm not a successful influencer yet, because I'm not, good at anything yet." Skills take time. Life takes time. Napoleon was 30 when he came into political power, but then didn't start his conquest of Europe till he was like 35. And he died in like his late 40s, early 50s. So it's not over till you say it's over, you know? So this belief, this mindset of like, oh, it's so over for me because I don't look good, or because, oh, I'm overweight, or oh, this and that and everything else like that, bro. It's not over for you yet, you know? Life finds a way, and you have to be the maker of your own path, you know? Of course, nobody's coming to save you, right? Understand that much. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody is going to help you out in this journey that you're on, in this path that you're on. You have to make the most out of it for yourself. Or some good pozole. But again, you have to be making your own path. You got to be building your own future. If you're not in it to win it for yourself, bro, that's where you messed up. Nobody is rooting for you. As a matter of fact, a lot of people who you believe you're close with in life are probably going to be against you later on. And that's okay. People change, their perspectives on life change. Just because you're doing something outside of their norm doesn't mean that it's outside of yours. Not a lot of people will think like, oh, being, being an influencer is what's going to pay the bills. Nobody thinks that way. Most influencers that I've met are either have either had to work at some point in time or are actively still working. You know, they have side jobs, they got side gigs, own their own business and everything else like that. I have a buddy of mine who, not too long ago, I think about almost a year ago now, just opened up his own detailing shop. Before that, he was working as a mechanic for Kia, you know. But I also have friends who, to this day, still work in supermarkets. You know, I have family members who don't even have a job. I don't think any less of them because they don't have a job. I just, whenever I talk to them, I encourage them, like, hey, invest in yourself, put time and effort and dedication into yourself, root for yourself, you know? Because what sucks the most is seeing someone who has potential waste it. You know, that was me at one point in time. Sorry, I don't like onions, but that was me at one point in time. I was an AB student in high school, taking college courses at the same time. And genuinely, everyone thought that I was going to be this grand academic scholar. You know, everyone thought that I was going to end up in university, that I was going to be in a really prestigious field. But no. Instead, I ended up not going to college and, you know, working several different jobs over the course from 18 to 21. But again, I don't think my life is over because I'm not in school. I don't think my life is over because of the job that I work at. You know, I work at this job because, again, one, I enjoy it. Two, it's teaching me very helpful and useful skills. But at the end of the day, I have my own goals in life. I have my own dreams. Do I plan on going to school someday? Absolutely. You know, when the time is right for me, I plan on going to school, man. You know, not only on top of that, I also plan on moving out of my parents' house. Yes, I'm 21, still living with my folks. It's not that big a deal. Would I like to be living on my own? Yes. And you know what? For a while, I did. I lived on my own for about 6 months. And then also ended up homeless for like a month, bumming off of my ex-girlfriend's parents, which I hated, by the way. Shout out, shout out to them though. They were really good people. You know, but life takes turns, man. Things are always changing, and you know, nothing is ever set in stone. So really, at the end of the day, you make your life. You got to choose whether you want to live your life or not. You know, what's the saying that Marcus Aurelius said? Right. It is a shame for a man to grow old without knowing the strength and beauty of which he is capable. That is the mentality I have. That is my everyday thinking. I wake up and think about that. You know, that's why I'm even working towards my goals. Hell, just this year, earlier this year, bro, I was weighing at my heaviest at 265 pounds, close to 270. Now I'm down to 235 and I'm still working at it. It's not over yet, you know, and it won't be over till not only I, but you, the viewer watching this video right now, invest in yourself. You know, keep at it, keep doing what you're doing. If you're in the gym trying to lose weight, bro. Like, keep at it. You're doing great. You're doing amazing. You know, if you're in school for a degree that you want to achieve, awesome, man. Keep at it. You know, consistency over everything. Just be consistent. You know, give yourself 1% every single day. You know, be 1% better than you were yesterday. Do one thing better today than you didn't do yesterday. You know, 1% over the course of 365 days is 365%. You know, if you don't give yourself nothing, what's 0 times 365? That's still 0. But 1 times 365 is still 365. So keep at it. Keep doing what you guys are doing. Y'all are amazing. You know, I love you guys. And don't believe everything you hear on the internet, man. It's not over for you yet. Keep at it.